A must-win playoff game carries a tension unlike any other. Every pitch feels heavier, every mistake magnified. The season teeters on the edge of collapse until one swing, one out, one moment flips it all. And if you survive, the joy isn't subtle. The pain isn't either. With the champagne that sprays in the air, it is a celebration earned the hard way. It is a stain that you will wear proudly for years to come. This is the closer on TBS, presented by Genesis Motor America. A season came to an end, one continued, and one series will go to Saturday night. Game 5, the Cubs survive, the Phillies do not, and we are here to break it all down. I got some bad dudes with me. Pedro Martinez, Jimmy Rollins, and of course Curtis Granderson. And we are back on Saturday, 7:30, TBS, the Cubs from the brink of elimination, smelling the end of their season, spit it out, and they're back. The Brewers, the pain of those past years. I don't know why I did that. What time is it? It's 12:21. All right?
Sunflower seed spitting time.
And now,
oh, man.
Jimmy is laughing away his pain because we're about to watch one of the worst errors you've ever seen. Let's watch those Dodgers-Phillies highlights, shall we? Jeez. First of all, what a pitching performance. That was spectacular. Your guy, Christopher Sanchez, getting it done.
I told Jimmy earlier to actually take a close look at Christopher Sanchez and then tell me who he likes for the Cy Young. And this is why, Jimmy, this guy was just electric. This is everything you need from an ace. He gave it to the Philadelphia Phillies and his teammates.
Great performances in the field there, first by Kepler, then by Harper, and then Glasnow getting it done as well, striking out Schwarber, striking out Marsh, both pitchers untouchable.
And it was amazing to see him come back in this role. Remember, he came in relief last time, but to come and start and match Sanchez inning for inning, both pitchers gave their teams chances throughout this game.
This is when it got dicey. Top of the 7th, Kepler advances to second on an error. Sheehan just unable to catch the ball, get his foot down. Very next at bat, the guy that said I'd rather play away from home proved why. Nick Castellanos, a double to left. Kepler scores, Philly up 1-0, and then the Phillies defense came up big again, J-Ro.
Definitely. Castellanos, although he talked trash and said what he did, he came up with big hits time and time again, let's be honest. And this play right here by Trey Turner, I was sitting up there, I'm not going to lie, I was talking trash, pumping myself up. Now he looked like J-Roll out there, young player. Out there making plays, diving, making a throw, and pumped up about it. So, you got to give some respect to those guys in the dirt.
Bases loaded after purposely walking Shohei Ohtani, and Duran walks Mookie Betts. Justin Dean scores, and that puts us into extra innings. Top 11, 2 outs. Harper in scoring position, Vesia on the bump, and Bader is chasing low and away, so we're still tied at 1. Now we go to the bottom of the 11th. 2 outs. Muncy singles to center. Kim advances to third. It's all going to come down to this. Pages, bases loaded. Orion Kerkering pitching. Great pitch. Chops it, grounds to him. He could have thrown to first, but he throws it away. Kim misses the bag initially, comes back and scores the game-winning run, and it ends on an error. Just the second postseason game ever to end on an error, series ever. You see he misses the bag there, turns around, makes sure he makes it, even apologizes to JT Realmuto. But a phenomenal Phillies team, a phenomenal Phillies season comes to an end on such an ugly play. Dodgers don't care. They're moving on. Who they face next, we'll find out Saturday night. Before we break it down, let's listen to Lauren Shahadi as she spoke with Glasnow on the Dodgers.
You had to watch from the dugout last postseason. How much better is this?
A lot better. I will take this one over the last one. Oh, we did win, but it's way better to participate, to be able to go out and do that. Our team played amazing. A bunch of dudes stepped up. Amazing defense. Roki's the man. That was incredible. So it's awesome to kind of reap the rewards right now.
All game tonight, they were keeping us off balance, executing pitches. The heart starts racing a little bit. the blood's pumping, and it's tough to make plays. And so for us to find a way to come through at the end, that was just huge. When you put the ball in play in baseball, usually good things happen. And thankfully, we were able to get a little things going. It's really hard to talk, and I'm really cool right now. This is everything. This is what we play for. When you go into spring training in February, this is what it's about. We got 2 more times, hopefully.
All right, welcome back to the closer. So many ways to go with this. Why don't we go the play? The very play at the end of the game. Orion Kerkering, let's take another look at it. We were yelling, we were screaming. How does this happen? How do you process what happened on that last play?
I don't know. It's just full panic mode at that moment when he didn't field the ball properly. He just blacked out. He just panicked, and all he went to think about was the game-winning run was at third. There's still plenty of time to make the play. Pages wasn't even at the 45-foot line, which means he's not even halfway there. JT's coming up, pointing at first, yelling. You can't hear, but it goes back to having a game plan, run through plays. He just panicked. It was almost, he was, looking for the out, but almost like as if he took his way out of it other than a strikeout. And it's tough to see. It's something that you're going to have to live with, literally the rest of your life. And I've been there, you've been there where you've been eliminated, and you go back and you run over scenarios, personally what you could have done. And that right there is just fundamental baseball, one-on-one. PFPs, you practice comebackers. There was a broken bat. It wasn't hit hard. There were plenty of things that he did right. It was just that one play that will go down in infamy.
But Jimmy, for kids that are watching, anybody, young players in baseball, the little details of the game is what take you to the next level. Anticipation in the game is a must. It's a must. And this is a great lesson for everybody watching. Everybody that wants to be an elite player needs to understand that the little details are as important as your training, as your strength, as your abilities, as everything you do in baseball. They need to pay attention and anticipate themselves to what might come during the game, what kind of situation might pop up. And this is a real good example. I think he went out there with the mentality, I'm going to get this guy out, I'm going to execute pitches, but forgot that he needed to also fulfill the responsibility of fielding, throwing, and securing that out.
Look, the Phillies could have added more than 1 run. There was also the question of, do you walk Shohei Ohtani there? You guys both said in the back that was the correct baseball decision there, even though it tied the game. And then there's the Dodgers. So let's get to the positivity of this. Can we talk about Sasaki? This is a kid that they didn't realize he was going to be the closer, came to them in September, said, fix my mechanics, and he has been unbelievable in every appearance in this postseason.
And sometimes you just need a switch. When things weren't going the way you thought it would over the course of the regular season, sometimes switching it up first, going and talking to them, saying, hey, I need to work on my mechanics. They do that. You go down to the minor leagues and get it. And also even the focus. I remember when Zach Greinke was kind of going through this. He came back as his dominant closer first before coming back and getting his Cy Young back as a starter. Sometimes you might need a switch like this, and what better place to get it with the pressure on you in the postseason, but coming in intense moments, staying cool and calm, and using the mechanics you've been working on when you ask to be fixed.
Was out 4.5 months with a shoulder problem, and he came back, and what was supposed to be the weakness of the Dodgers got filled really quickly. J-Roll, I'm coming back to you again because not only is this the end of the season for the Phillies, it kind of feels like the shutting of the window. You look at those names right there. These are the unrestricted free agents after this season. This is the oldest team in baseball. So you have to imagine a lot of changes are coming. Wheeler recovering from injury, but Schwarber, Realmuto, Suarez, the recent failure in the postseason. Is this the end of this era of Phillies baseball?
With this group, yes. I think the era can keep going on, meaning they can keep winning. They can find ways to get back to the playoffs because they're good enough to do that. They've proven it. But with this specific group, yes. I say two of those 3 guys probably won't be here. I'm not sure what the combination looks like. We know Schwarber's going to demand a lot of money, so is JT. And Ranger's going to demand some money also.
What a playoff performer
what type of year you want to get him. And Ranger, yes, These are guys that have shown up when it counted the most, so you're not going to keep them all. I mean, the Phillies, yes, they have a lot of money, but they have to be smart with it. You know, those days of just being able to go and sign guys for $300 million, that probably won't happen. It doesn't happen unless you start bringing them championships and they've fallen short. So they have to find a new mix, get a little bit more athletic, get some guys back that they feel can contribute, but also look in the minor leagues. You got young Crawford down there who had a hell of a year. It's time to give that kid a look. He's speed in some couple situations where if he wasn't starting in the playoffs, he would have been able to pinch run and change some things as we saw they turned out. But as far as this group of guys specifically, yes, that window's closed. But the era of winning and getting to playoffs and giving himself a chance to win a championship, that door is still open.
The franchise is processing this loss. Let's listen to a few of the players, starting with Orion Kerkering.
Guys, say you in that moment. Just keep your head up. It's an honest mistake. Just it's baseball. It happens, and just keep your head up. You'll be good for a long time to come. It's not my fault. Then just had opportunities to score. Just keep your head up. Just keep back in my head of this really sucks right now, but hopefully keep pushing and get over this hump.
You know, he just got caught up in the moment a little bit. You know, I feel for him because he's putting it all on his shoulders, but we win as a team and we lose as a team. When this happens, it's like your entire world comes to a stop, and it's just a thud. And it's just not a good feeling.
I feel really bad for him. I feel bad, you know, not just for him. I don't want to, feel like put pity on him, but it could have been any one of us. It's a team effort. Sometimes, baseball just happens.
24-year-old kid like that, he's probably feeling the weight of the world on his shoulders after that play. So I just tried to reassure him that the whole game's not on him. There's a lot of opportunity for us to win that game, and we didn't do what it took. I love these guys in this clubhouse, and it's just frustrating to go out like this. We know we had what it took. We had the talent in this room to win a World Series, and we fell short of that ultimate goal.
It's not about the last play, right? It's not about that. It's just, just the group that we had. I don't know, but I felt like that our group, even though we were down, 2 games, I just felt like that we had a group that we've shown that we've been able to overcome a lot of different things, and I felt really deep down in my heart that this was the team that was going to do it.
You can sense just crushed, the emotions they're feeling. What do you think seeing all that?
I actually feel really bad for this 24-year-old. And I just want to tell him, hey, keep your head up, learn from this mistake. Everybody that has been through baseball understands that even though it was a mental mistake, probably, all of us have gone through that. So keep your head up. Don't give up on yourself. Your teammates understand you. They're honest. They're not going to hang it on you. For the fan base, please understand that this kid was brought up prematurely. I know Philly is very demanding, but please don't let this talent carry that load for the rest of his career. And I'm going to say, it's devastating because the efforts that the city and the team has put together to kind of put together a championship team, a team that could easily win a World Series if everything falls in place. But I also think that the organization needs to do a better job at mentoring the entire team. Because, yes, we rely a lot on Harper, Schrober, and the leadership that you have, Realmuto, to actually guide the rest of the players. But the organization, in general, from top to bottom, need to do a better job at mingling with the players and understanding really make them kind of lead them to feel better about themselves every time they go out there, because the bullpen needs a lot of help when they take the ball, and so do some of the players. I believe guys like you could really help mentor some of those guys in the clubhouse.
It was a moment that overshadowed other great performances. Glasnow was unbelievable. Sanchez was unbelievable. Luzardo was untouchable up there as well. Duran got it done, but in the end, it was one play that is the difference between the Dodgers moving on and the Phillies not going to Philadelphia for Game 5. Rollins, you free from February through November next year?
Man, I think I'll be sitting at this desk.
Very
till
true.
I say, you know.
Yeah, we're not ready to give up, Jimmy. And I don't think Rob Thompson's going anywhere either.
Yeah, I'm
Not
thinking
taking unbelievable from me.
he's pretty good.
Call the plays in from your phone.
But if I did, I could get the cheesesteaks.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right.